Chapter 47, Operation Chameleon. Shifting gears, the professor added, agents discovered Julius Fox had approached Arab embassies, posing as an East Berlin spy. He used a photo of himself, next to his father, from an East German newspaper as proof. He presented his book as based on a secret East Berlin report. He convinced them of a conspiracy theory involving Western retaliation against the Arab country's oil embargo damage. Arab students in Berlin were allegedly recruited to destabilize their homelands. Azer inquired, how did Julius Fox intend to profit from this? The professor explained, Fox claimed the East German Secret Service, Stasi, could assist them for a fee deposited in a Swiss bank account. The general assumed that Fox had drawn inspiration from Garbo, the Spanish double agent in World War II. Like Garbo, Julius Fox fabricated a network, concocted false information, and sold it to Arab governments. The professor took a sip and continued, Berlin had over 100,000 students, thousands from Arab countries. Julius Fox covertly photographed Arab-looking students, matched them with names from yearbooks, and compiled fictional reports. He presented these to Arab embassies. It's unclear how many students fell victim to this deception, but the count might be in the hundreds if not thousands. After a pause, the professor added, the general's agents were astounded when they discovered the massive funds in Julius Fox's Swiss accounts. Azer asked, why didn't West German authorities intervene? The professor replied, I asked the general the same question. He replied that they had much bigger problems to deal with. Their primary objective was to prevent the Cold War from escalating into a nuclear conflict, which could have eradicated humanity. They considered the lives of a few thousand Arab students as collateral damage of the Cold War, as the general put it. Azer chimed in, sometimes, both cattle and human lives are bargained in the same manner. Curious, he inquired, what happened to Julius Fox? The professor recounted, after enjoying a lavish life for a few years in Western countries, Julius Fox returned to East Berlin. With enough money to buy his way into Stasi, he quickly rose through the ranks. Today, historians attribute a more significant role to Julius Fox than even Markus Wolf in the East German Secret Service. Taking a sip of whiskey, the professor continued, with him in that crucial position in East Berlin, the West Berlin Counterespionage Agency had a potent advantage, which they exploited. They had observed him closely for years, constructing an intricate psychological profile. They understood his motivations. They knew he was a playboy drawn to luxury, fast cars, and partying. They also knew about his Swiss bank accounts. During his ski vacation in the Swiss Alps, the general's agents froze his accounts and confronted him at the bank. They made it clear that he'd lose his fortune unless he cooperated. He had no choice. This marked the start of Operation Chameleon, the most extensive spy hunt in Cold War history. They discovered that East German spies had infiltrated the West German government at virtually every level. It even included the Chancellor's secretary. This led to a political scandal and the Chancellor's resignation. Azer commented, I've heard about the scandal and the hunt for East German spies in West Germany. But the identity of the informant was never revealed. The professor responded, as per the general, the operation's details remain classified, preventing the disclosure of Julius Fox as their double agent. However, he remains active, now on a global scale. In this digital era, he deals with military, industrial, and political secrets. Azer noted, and now he's involved in kidnapping and art forgery. The professor nodded and said, when that Egyptian fellow came to my clinic, at first I thought he had knocked on the wrong door. But over time, I have become convinced that every single Berlin citizen bears a responsibility to those families who sent their children here to get an education. But they inadvertently became victims of the East-West conflict. Clenching the helm in his hands, he added decisively, as a responsible Berlin citizen, I will make Julius Fox pay for the suffering he caused the young students and their families. After a moment of silence, he added, now, it's not just about those foreign students. Azer looked at him but avoided interrupting him. The professor continued, in earlier times, miners used to keep a canary in a cage deep inside the mine. It was not to entertain them by singing. But when the canary fell over dead, from lack of oxygen, it was warning for the miners to get out of the mine, before it was too late. The minority groups in any society are like the canaries in the mine. When they are attacked, it is a sign that a group with radical ideas will soon suffocate the whole society. Unfortunately, especially in this country, we had bitter experiences with it. A fierce storm raged over the lake, waves assaulting the boat from all angles. The day before, Azer had packed his backpack for a leisurely flight to Berlin. Now, together with the professor, he was on his way to rescue Topaz and close one of the open chapters of the Cold War.